Hey there, my loves. It's your girl, Kristen here. I'm a licensed esthetician, an educator, mentor, a YouTuber, and a mom. Thank you so much for tuning into today's episode. And before I get into this tips and advice for you guys, be sure to hit that subscribe button if you're an esthetician. Maybe you're an aspiring esthetician in beauty school right now, or you've been in the industry, or you love skincare. That is all welcome here. I have been in the industry for about 5 years now with my license. We're just going up from here. We're just getting started. Be sure to join this family. We're on our way to 70,000 wonderful subscribers. I still can't even believe it. About 2.5 years ago, I started this journey, and I plan to keep it real and raw with you here on this channel. So be sure to introduce yourself down below. Let me know where you're at in your journey and how we can support you here in this community. So in today's video, we are going to be chatting about a topic that I just felt like hit my soul this week. I was like, really, I meditate every day, and I really just wanted to really hear from the universe, from my spirit, like what topics you guys are wanting to hear about. And I feel like a lot of you guys who are subscribing to my channel are in beauty school right now, or maybe you found me through another friend in the industry. However you got here, I'm so glad to have you. It was divine, timing for you to find this channel, and I hope that this video really can help you grow and become a better service provider and esthetician at the end of the day. We're going to be talking about common mistakes made by new estheticians. Now, the reason why I put this together was because, as you guys know, or hopefully you know, that I offer a variety of training and courses. So I have an in-person skincare training course that I've been doing for about 2 years now, and I've been able to work with a handful of students, and there's just some common, what I call like mistakes or things that I'm having to help these newer estheticians fix or refine a little bit, and I just feel like I wanted to share those with you. So buckle your seatbelts, grab that pen and paper, and continue watching. Glad to have you back, and I'm really excited to be able to share with you these tips, and I promise you it's only going to help you grow and become a better esthetician or cosmetologist offering these facial services. Before we dive into that, it feels good to be back here. I feel like it's been a little minute since I've sat down and talked with you guys. I did pre-record some things for you. I hope you enjoyed those videos. Be sure to binge watch my channel. If you haven't already, subscribe to my vlog channel. I just went on a trip to Hawaii, and I posted a really fun vlog of the trip with my family. I'm ready to get back to work. I feel like this year has a lot of great things in store, and I'm just excited to continue to share with you what I've been working on behind the scenes. It's insane, I think, what is about to happen. Let's dive into these tips. Number one mistake I see new estheticians making is jumping into their own thing too fast. Working with newer estheticians and seeing the skill level that people are at right out of beauty school, for some, is not at the level it should be to work for yourself and to start taking your own clients. Naturally going to be a learning curve. You're not going to know everything. You're not going to feel confident. You just want to start your business off on the right foot. And that's why I've made, again, these resources for you to help you start on the right foot. So if you are somebody who is ready to jump into your own business, you're not sure where to start, what things you need to have in place for it to be official, go ahead and check out my Going Solo series. But I understand, a lot of you guys are in situations where you're just ready to go. You're ready to make money. You might not have the resources just yet to invest into all of that. I will say though, it is worth the investment. So in any way possible you're able to get money or somehow to invest into your business and start it the right way, I guarantee you that is going to be the best way to start. But I will say, I did start, a little portion of my business out of my grandmother's home while I was living with her. I was just doing lashes at the time and makeup. I understand that sometimes that's how we have to start. But I will say, really, maybe there's one person that still comes to me for services. All the other people, I feel like maybe I didn't present myself the best way that I could have. I just feel like when you're out of school, you're just excited, you just want to do it all. And I just want to encourage you to pump the brakes a little bit and just make sure that you are taking the right steps, and also that you are practicing within the confines of your license or lack of license. I've seen a lot of people who jump into their business and they're not even licensed yet, which I think is just ethically really important to follow in this industry. Please just do us a favor in this industry and do it right and do it properly. basically, because you are representing all of us estheticians to those consumers out there coming in and getting services from you. Okay, let's dive into the next point. So point number 2, I kind of, I guess, dabbled into this a little bit, is practicing without a license or liability insurance. Now, we talked about the license. I think that's kind of an obvious one, that you need to have your license to charge. Now, it's different if maybe you're, like I said, kind of you got a little setup at home and you're just taking models and you're not really charging, you're just practicing. That I think is a different category. But if you are having a full-on, menu and you're charging people for your services, you have to have your license. The other part is the liability insurance. Now, liability insurance, basically what that means is that it is protecting you as an individual. So say you are starting out your business and someone comes in and they fall off your table. Let's just say something dramatic like that happens. They fall off your table. They can sue you. Or if you permanently damage their skin, they can sue you. If they get an infection, they can sue you. And you want to be able to have the ability to pay all those lawyer fees, to pay out for the claim. You never know who you have coming into your doors, and they will try to come after you. So I just feel like protect yourself, protect your assets and all of that, and get that liability insurance. Now, I get mine through ASCP Professionals. They specialize specifically in beauty care and beauty service providers. I'll link it down below for you guys. No more excuses, okay? I'm telling you right now, and I'm holding you accountable. So number 3 is getting too excited and treatment happy. Or we could say like product happy. I know I definitely did this myself getting into my own thing, but I really tried to keep what I was doing pretty minimal. Now, because of the experience I had working at the high-end spa, I did feel comfortable offering a few more advanced services. If I was somebody who just got out of beauty school and I had literally only done a simple facial coming out of esthetician school, I would not want to offer microdermabrasion and dermaplaning and microcurrent and things that take a bit more training and understanding, and even chemical peels to an extent. And that is why I created the course that I did, the online course and the in-person course, to take you as a new esthetician and walk you through a simple first-timer facial. This is the facial that I do on clients that are just coming to see me for the first time. I require it. I don't let them jump into an advanced treatment until I've seen their skin and I've worked on it. These products and protocol are going to be fitting really for any skin type and any person coming in to see you for the first time. And that is why I put so much emphasis on the practical portion of this course, because I want to make sure that you can get through just a simple facial and master that. So until you know you have mastered that simple facial, I would, again, pump the brakes and not go and offer all of these different advanced treatments that maybe you don't even know how to properly offer. That comes with, like I said, chemical peels, microdermabrasion, dermaplaning. You need to know just the fundamentals in order to offer those more advanced things. Also, another thing to consider, and I guess a sub point to this, is I notice a lot of estheticians, they're offering too much in a service, if that makes sense. Like, you don't want to do one service and unbag all of your tricks in one service, because then you're not giving a reason for your clients to come back. So again, in the same breath, don't get too product happy, treatment happy, and offer all of your services in one facial, or offer too many things too soon without mastering the fundamentals first. The next point is not being conscious of your time. Do not offer somebody a longer service without extending the price. So really put value on your time, but know that if you are going to extend that service to them, make sure it's quality at the same time. So there's another, I thought of that one just now. Another mistake I've seen being made is giving false claims and over promising. And now really when you're doing this, you're kind of giving us a disservice in the industry, because you got one esthetician here who knows, what truly we can do to the skin, what changes we can make in the skin, and says, hey, you know what, I can do this, this, and this, but if you want this, this, and that, you're gonna have to go to a dermatologist. And then you have someone over here who's saying, oh yeah, I can get rid of those broken capillaries, I can get rid of that pigmentation, no problem. And what you're doing is you're also making it confusing for the consumer that hey, why is this esthetician able to do this, but this esthetician is not able to do that? Now, I understand that there's differences in treatments and experience and whatnot, but There's only certain things that estheticians can actually target in the skin. Remember, we're only working on the epidermis. We're only working on that top layer of skin. A lot of the deeper issues in the skin are in the dermis, in the living layer of the skin, which only doctors and medical practices can technically target. Now, how I explain this to clients is I say, well, if you do decide you want to go to an esthetician, we can address things. It's just going to take a bit longer. We're going to need to be more committed to your treatment plan. And I always say, I think it's great to have a dermatologist you're seeing and an esthetician in between those services. I absolutely support that, and I think it looks better on your half if you are referring out to somebody who is licensed and trained to be able to target these more in-depth problems. One, because that's going to make people disappointed in the end. They're going to leave because they're not going to see those results as quickly or at all, maybe, if you're telling them, something that's completely not true. Okay, so the next mistake I'm seeing is improper sanitization. Or sanitizing, I don't know. You guys know what I mean. Just remember that you need to wash your stuff after you use them. All things that you are reusing need to be sanitized. And that also goes with washing your hands. So just remember, that's probably the most common thing I think people could be sued for is infection. You don't want to go and reuse a tool that has germs from the last person. There's different levels of sanitizing for different things. I go through that in my skincare training. So if you want to get more specific guidance with that, then I'd be happy to help you in that course. Next point I'm going to make is a lack of confident body language and speech. I think part of it is maybe personality. I've had students come in here that have big, bold, wonderful personalities, and I've had other students who are a little bit more on the quiet side but sweet and knowledgeable. There's nothing wrong with that. We're all different. That's what makes us beautiful as human beings, is we have different personalities, and there's going to be certain people, clients, that vibe with different personalities more than others. So I'm not bashing on that at all. I'm just saying, no matter what your personality type is or your demeanor is, be sure that you are carrying yourself confidently, even if you are just getting started. And I think it comes with nerves and anxiety when you are getting started, and that's fine. I'm just saying, just be conscious about it. Remember, hey, okay, I need to stand tall. I need to not be crossing my hands or fiddling with my hands or looking away and avoiding eye contact. Make eye contact, have a nice firm handshake with the person, and introduce yourself and say, hey, I'm your esthetician. I'm here to walk you through your skincare journey, and we're in this together. Speaking clearly and loud enough, we always said in the spa, use your spa voice, but because we are speaking a little quieter, we still need to speak clearly. As I notice sometimes when I'm going through the intake with the student, or they're talking to the client about their skin, they're talking like this, and I can't really understand them, and oh yeah, so, you know what I'm saying? Speak up, I need to hear you. Remember too, in the treatment, you've got the steamer going, you've got music going most likely. You want to make sure you're speaking loud enough so the person can hear you, and that it's clear, and they feel safe, and that they're with someone who's educated. It makes a difference. Okay, next point is a lot of new estheticians are afraid of touching the clients and applying pressure. It's kind of funny because it's well, that's literally our job, is to touch the person's face. I will say it is a very intimate thing. Not many people in life get to touch your face. It's a pretty personal thing. So I understand the fear behind it, the uncertainty, or, I don't want to hurt the person. I notice a lot of the time when I'm getting a facial from a new person, it feels like flutters, it feels like butterflies or kissing my face. And I'm just personally someone who likes a little bit more firmness. It speaks more confidence when you have more firmness in your pressure. Obviously, you can check in with the person, see what they prefer. But I just feel don't be afraid to get in there. When you're doing your skin analysis, touch their face, really analyze their whole entire face, and don't keep your hands behind your back and this. People want to know that you are touching every crevice of their skin, that you're confident. Again, that kind of ties into body language. Don't be afraid. And if you aren't able to come in person with me, ask your friend or family that you're doing the service on for practice and say, hey, is my pressure good? Does it feel nice? Check in with the person, and don't be afraid to adjust as needed. People actually, I've found, prefer more of a firm pressure. I think I'm going to wrap this up and make one final point. And I think I still even tend to do this as far as I am into this industry. I think a lot of new estheticians compare themselves. It is really hard not to do because there's a lot of really talented estheticians out there, and I think because of social media these days, we're able to showcase what we got more, and it can feel really intimidating, like coming into this industry with, you know, people with large followings and a lot of knowledge and skill. It can be really daunting to get started, and I just want to encourage you to not be afraid. We all have to start somewhere. Even that skilled esthetician that you're seeing on social media or whatever had to start somewhere. Everybody's had to start from zero, and just know that you're gonna get there. Give it time. Time is the only factor in this. Time is gonna pass regardless, and you can only get better as time goes on. So keep practicing, keep posting. The only way you're gonna get better is to continuously do it. Don't be afraid of looking dumb. Show your face. And I think that's another point I had put here, was a lot of people like to showcase their services and their business and their logo and this and that, but they forget to show their face. They forget to make it a personal connection. Be sure to showcase who you are and know that you bring something unique to the table. Something that I do might not be as good as another person, and vice versa. We're all unique in that special way. Yeah, I think I've seen that a lot more with estheticians who maybe are a little more mature in age, and I know that a lot of the young people in this industry are killing it with the social media and whatnot, but there is nothing more valuable than just good word of mouth, the referral system. So even if you're not the best esthetician on camera, you can be the best esthetician amongst your community. I will say there's been other types of industries that I've found really amazing workers or really amazing skilled people that I didn't necessarily find on social media or on Yelp. It was through good old word of mouth and through, you know, a trusted friend, and that's really like the simplicity and the art of what we do, is people will talk and people will refer if they enjoy your service. So don't be intimidated by that. Don't compare yourself. You gotta have tunnel vision, and you can only go up from here. I'm gonna wrap up this video right here, and I hope you enjoyed it. Please give this video a like, share it with someone you feel will benefit from it. Hit that subscribe button, you know you want to, okay? Comment below with any other questions or comments you have. Maybe some other experiences that you can share with our community that have helped you become a better service provider. Love you guys. I will see you guys back here next week on Monday for a new one. And until then, I love you, stay safe, and I'll see you then. Bye.